But Tiger King. Tiger King.
Tiger King.
I've seen episode 1. Kyle's finished it. Yes,
I finished it.
Other people, where are you?
I've seen episode 1 and a bit into 2, but that's all I've seen.
I think I'm in 2.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
All right. So I heard about Tiger King. I saw it on Netflix. It looks dumb. Like this, the picture of it or whatever.
It looks
it's
retarded.
Like
I would have never clicked it if you hadn't said so.
Never would have clicked it. But I heard so many people talking about it. I heard Bert Kreischer talking about it. Lots of celebrities and lots of people I know were just like, you got to watch it. You got to watch it. You got to watch it. So we start watching this shit. And essentially, all right, so it's about people who keep tigers. Exotic
big
cats.
Big cats.
Not just tigers.
And there's this group of people across the country. One's in Myrtle Beach, one's in bumfuck Oklahoma, one's in Tampa, Florida. And they all have these parks where they have big cats, lions and tigers and bears and wolves and everything you can imagine.
Alligators.
Right?
Yeah, it's like a zoo.
They have their own little private zoos, and they are all, each one is more interesting than the last. One of these guys is a gay, mullet-wearing, gun-toting, polygamist homosexual with about 12 piercings on his face. He is the Tiger King.
I like
another
him.
one.
He's funny.
Another one, and they are not related, by the way. They know each other like the same way that like Richard and I know each other, because like we sort of did the same thing, and there's like a community of people who did that same thing or do that same thing, and we all kind of know each other because we see each other at conventions and like whatever. Like we're in the same like sphere of influence. Well, there's this other guy in Myrtle Beach, also a polygamist,
But the straight kind.
He rides around on an elephant in his neighborhood, and he's got like 6 bitches. And you might think, oh, I bet this is one of those like Mormon deals where like Sarah plain and tall, Sarah short and stocky. No, he's got 6 hot bitches. All right. And he's got them all dressed up in leopard print and lion makeup.
And
like
here's
he
the
dresses
thing. He chooses all of their outfits, and as an extra level of duplicitousness and cultishness, he makes them legally change their names when they show up. So she'll be like, yeah, my name was Michelle. Now my name's Molly. Or my name's Mala. Like you give them like little like creative like, African sounding names or whatever. And it was like, oh, this is like, I was watching that last night after Kyle's recommendation. I was like, first of all, thumbs up to this guy for running what every man wants, to have a bunch of cool animals, no monkeys downside, but a bunch of cool animals and a bunch of free pussy. And they're all so brainwashed that they'll do whatever you say. And
they
work for 12 hours a day.
They work for him 12 hours a day. They get like $200 a week.
100.
It's $100 a week each girl. But here's the thing. At one point he's driving through his compound and he's like, that's where Masha lives. That's her house. And that's where Dasha lives. That's her house. He's got each of these ladies in a nice fucking house. Like he's got like $2 million worth of houses just for his ladies.
And then
you haven't even described the antagonist yet.
The antagonist is Hillary Clinton.
She is so unlikable. At least the cool cult guy is funny as shit.
Yeah.
And he's clearly got some kind of mental impasse of like sociopathy. Like his eyes are open way too much every time he speaks. He's enunciating in a way that seems forced, seems manufactured.
The cameras.
He's directing people. Yeah, the first like little clip they had of him, like they were talking and getting to know him, and he's like, all right. So you come around the front. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna open it. You say, how are you doing? I'm gonna say, I'm doing great. How are you? And then I'll let you in. All right. And then he just like walks away, and they're like, "All right, well, I guess that's what we're doing." It's like he's just directing his own
reality show.
Meanwhile, the other guy was just as funny, where he's like, he just had a 19-year-old, a tall, lithe, young, sexy 19-year-old boy show up, and he just convinces him to stay somehow, like clearly through manipulation.
So the Tiger King named Joe, he's already got one husband, right?
Joe Exotic.
This guy with meth mouth, who's a stocky fella, who, like good shape, muscled up, pierced nipples, tattoos all over him, and he decides time to add another hubby. And this 19-year-old guy like comes into his little sphere of influence, And they make a good point to explain to you, dude wears a size 16 shoe. Dude's hands are enormous. All right. He's dark. He's got this nice tan complexion.
Looks like the Mediterranean. Yeah.
Big hands. They go over the hands like twice. The feet at least twice. The hands at least 3 times. They're letting you know this guy's got a hog. All right. And Joe is all about it. And Joe asks him, he's like, I asked him, just how straight are you? And he said, pretty straight. And I said, let me ask you this. When you watch porn? Yeah, I watch porn. Well, when you watch porn, do you like to see the guy doing the girl with a little penis or a big one? And he said, well, I like to see it with the big one. I said, well, you ain't that straight.
And that's when I began molding his mind into basically being a receptacle for my penis when I am wheeling. And it's like
I don't know who was the receptacle for who.
I bet it was getting tossed around a bit.
I get it's probably irrelevant, but essentially 2 polygamists in this show right off the bat. Okay. Then we meet the lady who's trying to play like the PETA, I'm here for the good of the animals.
Fuck that bitch.
Bullshit. Because she's doing the exact same thing they're doing.
I hope a tiger kills her.
But she's using the angle of I'm here for the good of the animals. They're just breeding cubs to let people pay to pet them. I charge people to look at animals, and I should be the only one who can do that. And she's trying to shut everybody else down by getting these laws passed against what they do. Have a
monopoly. Basically.
She wants a monopoly over what she's got. She is so evil. I don't want to spoil anything. Let me just go over some of the...
Can I jump in?
Yes, please.
So I haven't seen as much as Kyle have. I watched the first episode, and even I'm a little bit like, what makes her the good guy? Yeah, and she pictures herself as the good guy. She said, and the bad guys are like, man, fuck animal rights people. They're shooting into the lake. This is what I do to animal rights. Cacao, 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 cacao. They put tannerite in a mannequin's crotch. Took them like 4 shots to hit the thing the size of a jar of peanut butter from nowhere. I am an average shot, and I can hit tannerite. Like that's not hard. Anyway,
she has a limp wrist though.
Yes.
We don't stand for that here in PKA.
And a mouthful of dick.
Anyway, they all keep tigers. And she's saying they keep tigers the wrong way. But am I missing something? He had big enclosures. He had big fields. You're
cluing in on hypocrisy at its finest. And look, I'm not going to spoil who is what or what is who or talk about characters who will be introduced. Here are some of the high points of the show. Some of the things that I want to...
I think you can go into it a little bit. Sorry to interrupt, but I think you can, because what happens in the show, it's not a spoiler. It's watching how it rolls out that's so entertaining. Like telling him that he's a polygamist, that doesn't spoil anything. It's just watching the way they behave.
Well, there are some things that happen that would be spoilers. Let me just tell you, this is an incredible real-life drama that they captured on camera. I texted you guys earlier with like some of the I'll call them bullet points, and these are some things that happen in the show. Again, these aren't spoilers. These are things that happen. I'm not telling you who they happen to, or maybe it's even characters you haven't met yet in episode 1. Here we go: cults, murder, suicide, arson, prison time, polygamy, gold diggers, animal cruelty, meth, animal attacks, guns, explosives, boiling crocodiles, swingers, and presidential campaigns. These are all things that are the main characters of this show will be involved with and will all happen on camera. There will be a death essentially on camera. There is a disfigurement that happens on camera. There is a tiger attack on camera.
Is that why the guy has that crutch thing in episode 1?
Actually, no. He has no legs. That's because that happened in a zipline accident. The most white trash ever way to lose your leg.
Okay.
He could have kept them, but he was working 16 hours a day for Joe, walking around on the tiger farm, and his feet got infected or something. They had to take his legs up to like the mid thigh, and so now he's got these like cool like prosthetics. He's like, a lot of people ask me, did the tigers eat your legs? Nah, Ziplining.
Yeah, now I fell down, totally crushed my feet, and good prognosis until, like, Joe, he said you got to get back to work, and so I came back, and I'm walking around on them, and like every single thing, from what I've seen, I'm thinking I might have got through all of episode 2 and part of 3 because I just had it on autoplay, and every single person who was caught in the wake of at least the 2 cult leader guys, the 2 polygamists, they all blame themselves for anything bad that happens to them. None of them blame the cult leader, at least so far. It's like, it's a master class in just manipulation for these people.
They're all great manipulators. Every one of them. Even Carol doesn't pay her employees.
That made me
volunteers. Like at least the other guys pay like
$100
$100 a week or $200 a week.
And at least those guys are getting dick.
She does not pay them. And it's a cult there too, essentially, because it reminded me so much of cults I've heard about, where like once you've been here a year, you get a red shirt. After
it's like a Scientology structure.
After 2 years, a green shirt, and she's like, I don't really start noticing people until they've been here for 5 years, and I'm just like, I've seen you around a lot. And she's got this fake Hillary Clinton thing where she rolls her eyes and does these fake laughs. So Hillary Clinton.
I want a tiger to kill her so much.
I want
so
her
much.
Let me just say this. There's a lot of people in this documentary that want her dead. And there's a few that take some steps to make that happen.
Yes.
They tell you that in the opening episode. Right?
Yeah, we're talking about dude flying around helicopters wanting to drop grenades and shit.
That part was
No.
Contract
killer.
That was a joke. There are people who take steps. All right. He joked about, what if we drop some grenades? Steps are taken.
Do you remember the clip?
Plans are put in motion.
And it was in the same clip as the shirt thing you're talking about, Kyle. So I'm sure all of us remember if that was episode 1, where some yellow shirt volunteer, blue shirt or whatever, like they're all in like a natural setting outside of some building, all getting ready to work. And she's just joking with this woman, like, are you going to be home for Christmas this year? And the volunteer is like, no Christmas for me. I haven't had Christmas in many years. And it's like, and she's like, oh, that's so funny. All right, now go clean up tiger shit in my dirty ass pseudo zoo. And it's like, man, that was when it fully, like when she went off the precipice where she can't be redeemed for me, where it's like, man, you are up on your fucking high horse so hard on this gay guy who just wants some nice dick and this sociopath who just wants good pussy and tigers. And you are fucking conscripting armies of stupid women who would otherwise be involved in multi-level marketing schemes and getting them to.
I could be selling Amway or Amy or Avon.
Yeah, you could have had a pink Cadillac by now.
I could have been. Yeah, exactly.
So, like basically, and then they did a walkthrough of her kind of version of the zoo compared to gay guy harem and straight guy harems. Mm-hmm. Hers looks horrible in comparison. It's so overgrown. Like they were taking pictures and videos of like how you can't even see through the brush and the weeds growing up next to the side of the cage because it's so overgrown that like you have to go to certain angles to even see the tigers. And say what you will about those other 2 assholes, at least when you were looking at the clips of their businesses, you can see the tigers. They've got shit to play with. It looks like a zoo. It doesn't look like you threw a tiger in a bunch of chicken wire.
They let the patrons hold the cubs. They take selfies with them and stuff.
Yeah.
Enclosures look bigger too.
Yeah, that's a big part of their money making operation. It's called cub petting, and so here's the problem with that. Personally, I don't have a problem with it because these are endangered animals. There's 4,000 alive in the wild and like 15,000 in America in captivity or some shit like that.
If they didn't want us to do this, they should have fucked better in the wild.
Yeah, they should have. Look, first of all, I hate cats, so I don't care what happens to them. If this was dogs, I'd be like, whoa. That's a little fucked up.
What if it was hyenas or coyotes?
I don't fuck about hyenas. I'm not sure what genus they hail from,
but
fuck hyenas too.
Yeah. They're closer to cats than dogs, apparently.
I don't care what those things are with those big lady cocks they have. It's creepy. And the lady has her babies through like a long penis-like vagina.
Oh.
And
it's like a big real clit.
it's like a pseudo penis.
I thought you were saying their penises.
It's a clit.
Look like human
this.
penises. Look like human female penises. That's where my head. I was like, I don't.
No, like
understand.
The female hyenas have a penis-looking thing, but it's not, it's not
it's a faux cock. So yeah, it's the most entertaining thing I've seen. It's better than making a murder. Excuse me. It's better than Making a Murderer, but it follows a similar pattern to Making a Murderer. How at the end of every episode, they're like, "Oh, by the way, there's a witness," and you're like, "Bum bum bum," or like somebody at the end of the episode will get mauled or murdered or killed or dead. Somebody will die at the end of an episode as you get deeper. There's 7 episodes, about 42 minutes long each. It's the best thing I've seen in memory. I can't think of the last, especially something that's a documentary like this. And look, this is not one of those fake reality TV shows. All right. During the filming of this, there is a reality TV show. There are yeah. There's going to be some ramifications at the end of this, and I don't mean after this. I mean in the show. There are people going to federal prison.
I feel like some of the spoilers you're saving happening in the opening minutes. Like the guy's in jail in the opening minutes. The guy hires a contractor for hire to kill someone in the opening seconds.
Yeah,
like that's how they kick off the whole series.
Well,
there's more I don't know, perhaps.
No, I think maybe there's some that I don't remember, and like the specific details are what makes some of this stuff not, like crazy. One of the things I will say is Joe Exotic, accomplished country music singer. The man,
really?
He's got 2 albums, like 28 music videos, couple dozen singles, and they're on YouTube. And at a certain point, you're gonna want to hop on YouTube and start watching them. He's got one where
Tiger.
Are they terrible?
No, they're good. That's the problem. He's a good singer, like legitimately good, and like the visuals are a little cheesy, and
Joe
the
Exotic
lyrics.
Country music. Here's his single, "Here Kitty Kitty."
That's the one. Look, "Here Kitty Kitty" is. I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil this. I don't want to spoil what it's about.
Is it him like trying to get pussy on? Or no, that's the other guy. Okay.
It's an attack. This is like a rap battle. This is an attack against someone.
I hope to God Hillary Clinton made her own diss track. that chick.
I'll just say this without naming who or exactly what. Someone murdered someone clearly in the show. And he made a song about how that other person murdered someone with an impersonator of them that looks so close that you do a double take.
This guy rules. This guy is so cool.
Cool guy of the week so far.
Cool guy of the week. Well, I can't give it to him because the Harlem of Bitches guy in fucking Florida, he's doing a good job.
Doc is the man. Doc literally has like, they interview like one of his former ladies. She's like, I was 19 and my dad was like, don't fall in love with your boss. And I was like, well, I'm not. And then the next thing I know, he was paying for my titty implants and I didn't really want to get them, but it was more like they just scheduled the appointment and told me when I was going to go. And then they show her with the new boobs. And it's like, it's a good thing you went, honey.
That was a good move. But also the way she was saying, she's like, and I didn't really want the tits, but all I had in my head was, I would get a couple days rest. Recover from surgery, and I wanted the rest so bad I got new boobs. So,
she got some nice boobies, and it was an improvement. All right,
and you get to take those home with you.
Yeah, you're gonna keep those when you leave the cult.
Yeah, you get to have those after the cult's done.
You could tell she missed the cult. She was like talking a little shit on it, but it was like
almost longingly.
Yeah, I wish they'd been like, would you like to go back? Well, I don't know. Maybe if he paid a little more. It was like she was down to go back. Because her new life involved splitting her own wood for her heat in her home, and I could tell maybe she missed whatever like mansion that Doc had her set up in, or hanging out with tigers and riding elephants. And
God, starting a cult, good idea.
I feel like Doc is
Great
going to say, why would I take you back? You're like 24 now.
He has
Rotten.
a harem. He has like 6 ladies, and like
some of them have been there for like.
I
20
called
years.
it too. I called it. We were watching, and I was like, I think
He's
this guy's
fucking
got a
them.
cult. I was like, notice how like all of his employees are like hot chicks, like all of them. Like you go to Joe's place, and he's literally hired ex-felons, right?
Yeah.
Off Craigslist.
They all look like carnies.
They look,
Yeah,
yeah,
they do
carnies.
look
That's
like
a good.
carnies,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're grizzled, lots of missing teeth, long straggly hair. He's got them living in single wide trailers with 1 AC unit and no running water, hardly. There's rodents in their house. Then you go over to the other guy's place, and he's got 6 rather attractive ladies, 20 to 30 years old, living in nice houses, dressed up however he wants them to, which is pretty scantily clad
new
most
names.
of the time.
Yeah, for
With
a
new
petting
names.
tiger session for children. You know, that's
Oh, I want to go.
tits are
I
hanging
want to
out.
go.
Yeah, the one guys were getting like expired meat or some shit from
Oh,
Walmart.
I was going to talk about
Yeah,
that.
in the back
Yeah.
of the semi. Yeah,
So to
Ugh.
feed the tigers is an incredibly expensive thing.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic has about 230, 250 tigers. All right. These are huge animals. You know, they stand up, they're like 10, 11 feet tall or something like that. Plus, like it doesn't even go into like how many lions he has, how many wolves, how many bears.
They said
M-
$10,000 a cat and something like $750,000 a
3.
year in
That's what he said, right?
3 what?
3,000.
$3,000 a cat. I think it was
Maybe
$3,000
I'm
a
messing it
cat
up.
per year or something like that. But it came to about $750,000 a year to
Yeah.
feed the cats. And one of the ways that they supplement that, you know, anytime there's roadkill, the highway patrol calls, oh, they go pick that deer up, feed it to the cats. And what Walmart will do, he explained a scenario in which, like, oh, maybe somebody takes their meat up to the counter, their car gets declined. Well, this person's handled the meat. It's been out of the freezer or the refrigerated area. They can't put it back. So they have to throw it away. Well, we get that. So what his employees do is they pick over these big trash cans full of expired meat from Walmart, pick out the good shit, and that's what they eat.
Well, there's a better way. They could just show up with declined credit cards.
Yeah, I know.
I send
Well,
Larry
I
up
mean,
to the
like,
Walmart twice a day with a bad card. It's so good. You got
Yeah, this
like,
show's
like
great.
it's so good. You couldn't script a better show. You couldn't. Like something about the people who are into exotic animals already, like they're odd people. And these are like the oddest of them. And every episode you get to meet you'll be like, well, we have filled the quota of creepy, weird dudes on this show. And then the next episode comes and they're like, this is
there's more.
Jeff. Jeff is a swinger who's a fake millionaire and a con man. And it's just like, oh God, this Jeff guy seems awful.
I liked how
Oh,
the
he
series-
is.
I like how the series opened up with like some random fucking fat bald guy who also clearly loved animals, and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of just, you know, exotic animal lovers and, you know, in the trade, it's kind of an extended family of sorts. You know, you got the monkey people who are just kind of strange, honestly, but the big cat people, they will stab you right in the back. And it's like, how could this be a stereotype in this community? Where it's like, now the monkey people, they'll treat you right, but yeah, a little strange. But these cat people, you keep your eyes out when you're around a cat person. It's like, that was great. It's just
Joe's firearm safety. Woo! That man should not have. First of all, he's always got a revolver on his side. I couldn't notice what it was. I don't know, maybe a Smith & Wesson or something. Probably a 38. It doesn't seem that loud. He's always got a revolver on. He wears it on a gun belt with you know, like a bandolier bolts around, cowboy style.
that's just part of one of his fetishes. You know?
There's a part where
He wears
thinks that
chaps.
somebody. This is a minor spoiler. This is like a tiny little thing that happens in one episode, but he thinks somebody sprayed his boots with cologne, which cats are crazy about. They freak out over it. And so he's in the cage by himself. In a bad way.
Okay.
It's on his boots. It's on him. So he's in the cage with a couple of tigers, and this tiger's clearly interested in his shoe, and he's like, shoe, come on now, I'm trying to do my little thing for the camera. Tiger bites his boot, and he's got good boots on to his credit, but it bites his boot and starts dragging him. And he's hitting the tiger in the head with a cane, like a stick. You know, it's not injuring the tiger, but it's like, come on, let me go, let me go. And finally, he goes with the pistol, and he just like shoots right next to its head. Bang! And the cat like drops him. And he's like, the fuck? I didn't know you had that.
Well, this has changed the equation.
Now the other two cats are like honing in on him, like because he's down now, right? And he's just like, I'll shoot you right between the fucking eyes. Nobody was coming to help Joe. It was just Joe in the cage with 3 fucking 800-pound tigers or something like that, and him with 5 shots left in his 6-shooter, just like, I'll shoot you right between the fucking eyes, trying to limp away.
I can't wait.
It's
this
Does
show's
Joe
great.
have a leg problem? I'm getting my
yeah. You know,
he's on a crutch.
Yeah, he's got like a knee brace and a crutch on and off because we're hopping around through time a little bit.
It's hard to follow. No, is the knee brace thing related to that attack?
No, he had that before the attack and during the attack. That's not explained.
Okay.
I don't know. I figured
like to
some like
think that
meniscus tear or some chronic injury.
Zip line related also.
Probably something real white trash.
Why is zip line white trash? It's not to me.
I don't know. I'm just saying that, I guess.
Zip line to me is exotic vacation. You know, like, oh, I went to Belize and took a zip line, or through the rainforest of the Amazon. There's a zip line.
Stone Mountain zip line.
I've done a good bit of zip lining. I'm a big fan. I like it a lot.
Hey, did you see McMillions?
No, I haven't seen
What
it.
is it?
Yes.
Is that a
actually, I don't
McGregor
think so.
thing?
So
I was-
no.
Because I was going to say, as a fellow Georgian,
McMillions is about the mafia involved conspiracy to defraud the Monopoly McDonald's game.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, I want to watch
haven't
that.
seen
I'll
it.
watch that after Tiger Man or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Tiger King is the shit, dude. Like I'm telling you, this Joe Exotic guy is the star, but he's got a supporting cast like none other. Like I'm telling you, like, what do you get to his wedding? His 3-way wedding.
It's 3-way gay wedding, dude. The guy who plays the female harem guy. Is his name Doc? Is that what it is? Doc.
Yeah.
He behaves like a villain cast in an 80s B movie, like way over the top in the way he clips his words at the end, and everything is spoken in a very odd open-mouthed form. It's like, oh, you're like you like got to Earth 4 days ago, and you're like looking at humans trying to figure this shit out. Like, that's what, you know what I mean? And his eyes.
He's like John Malkovich in Con Air.
Yeah, he's fucking. He is absurd.
He's Cyrus the Virus from Con Air. No, we're not going to rape her yet. Okay, she's a hostage.
Yeah, and
Danny Trejo's like, I don't know. I like to rape another bitch
Why is hostage and no raping mutually exclusive? No.
because we want to be able to negotiate for her.
Okay.
Yeah. Con Air's good.
that
movie.
she will be worthless. Yeah. So
Steve Buscemi.
yeah, I like Steve Buscemi. He's good.
It's
They
kinda
like wheel him in that
masochist.
Hannibal Lecter shit.
I feel like it's masochist to not rape her, right? He's implying that she'll have no
Masochist?
value if she's raped. Really,
Mm,
women
I think
still
he's-
have
I-
value post sexual assault.
I think he was
Enlighten
suggesting that if,
yourself.
well, I think maybe it was going to be like maybe a MAPE, you know, a murder, a murder rape.
Well,
Oh,
I
you
will
would've
admit they're
killed her
less
afterward.
valuable after.
Yeah,
murder.
his like prison name was like Johnny 73 or something because he had like 73 rapes and he had a tattoo for every lady he'd raped. Danny Trejo plays a real bad guy in that movie.
What an absolute monster! just it's like
it's time to add another tattoo, you bitch.
it's like just some like people sitting in the writers' room and they're like, it's just spitball in here. Maybe he's raped 73 people. How do they know he's raped? Well, you haven't thought about this yet, have you?
Oh, this has to, why does it have to be a stereotypical Jewish writer?
I don't know. That was funnier to me.
No, I can tell. Yeah, so check out Tiger King if you're listening to this. I promise you won't be disappointed. We're going to be talking about it next week because I'm sure the guys will
Yeah, we'll get caught
finish
up. Or
it
at least
off.
Watch a few more.
It's so good. I promise you, you're not going to believe what happens in the like third, fourth, fifth episodes. And by the end, it's like, well, shit, you don't come back from that, do you?
I think part of what makes it so good is you're both looking at a bunch of absurd shit and you're being clued in to an entire community and category of people that nobody knew existed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there were stereotypes about exotic animal owners that own different kinds. I didn't know they had little rivalries and spats where they threatened to kill each other and had harems of women that they had sex with.
The only person I
semi-consensually.
know who has anything like that is at an ox ranch, right? But that's
Yeah.
kind of different. Like he doesn't really treat them like pets. I mean, he's got the wolf, but that
Yeah, how many bitches are in his harem?
Less than 6.
We're not gonna get into all that. I mean,
less than
he's
Doc's.
got a lovely
Less-
wife, all right.
less-
You know,
less-
just leave it at that.
Less than Doc. So yeah.